Welcome back to Age Gap Love, part number 2. If you guys haven't seen the first video, make sure you guys go check that out. It is Age Gap Relationships, Challenges, and Triumphs. We are here with the special guest today, Miss Pearl.
She's always our special guest.
And then, of course, the one and only Mike, which is now my husband a year later from when we first shot that video.
Yeah, that's true.
It's actually been, I think it's been a year.
Probably.
From the
close
first
to that.
video. So we just wanted to dive into a little, couple different topics, give you guys some updates, and we have some really big, exciting news for you guys at the end with our new AuthenNick adventures that we have officially launched. Have a couple different resorts and guests already signed up. That'll be down in the description. We'll talk about it a little bit more at the end, but first question and topic to talk about. I have a list here, so.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm in for, so.
He has no idea. We're just kind of winging it. Of course, that's how we do it. How have our relationships with family and friends evolved after the initial us starting to date?
I don't know. I mean, for the most part, they're better. I mean, everybody was shocked at first, especially from my family and some of my friends. I just didn't, understand that this could work, but it obviously works. And I think now that they see us together and they see that we're married and they see all the things we've accomplished and done together, they feel much better about things. So,
yeah, and I'd say a good amount came to the wedding. Almost everyone that could.
130 people.
It was amazing.
We started at 40.
I know, it's supposed to be micro wedding, but I think our friends have grown. We've got closer relationship with our friends thanks to the LGBT sports league that we signed up for, and just it feels good. Like everything feels. Like
yeah, I mean, I can be myself.
Yeah.
It's always a hard thing when you first get into a relationship like this, or even when you start to come out, to feel comfortable and good about yourself and feel natural and not be afraid to tell people, yes, this is my husband, or yes, I'm gay. For me, it's not even part of what I think about anymore.
It's nothing you stress out about anymore.
No.
So that kind of goes into the next one, which is like finding your chosen family or community that embraces our relationship. So of course there's going to be people like and family members, friends from a while back that didn't really maybe see
or don't understand,
and that's okay. Like not everyone does, but we have made a group of family. Like I would call Jay and Phil and Matt and John like family.
Yeah,
to
and
us.
Lynn and Mike.
And there's so many.
And we have some neighbors here that are totally not in his age group or even in my age group for the most part. But every Friday we go down to the club, we meet them, we have dinner, we have drinks. And it's great. They're always asking questions, and Nick is always engaging them in all of the things that he's telling you guys, and all the stuff that we're working on together, his new job, which I think we're going to get into.
That's the next category.
Yeah, but so I think between John and Matt and Jay and Phil and the neighbors and Lynn and Mike, I don't think I could handle many more relationships, outside of the family.
Yeah, it's been great.
We traveled together, which was always a scary thing, but it worked out great. We had a great time.
Yeah, it just feels like I said, good, like this is how I should have felt my entire life, and I'm finally here and experiencing it now. But the next thing we're going to jump into is navigating different life stages, and the first one is like balancing different energy levels, career stages, retirement, and then versus like our growth mindset, where I'm at to you. So last time we did this a year ago, I was in the boat rental business, part owner of it.
Well, let's talk about the first part though, energy levels and things like that. I mean, I feel like I don't feel like I look or act my age.
I mean, he literally takes care of himself, you guys. Like I'm talking between, he makes sure that his hormones are set, he works out, he eats healthy, he does different peptides, he makes sure he does his blood work. We work out together.
We do.
I mean, at least 3 days a week, and he's keeping up with me.
Be careful what you say. I can push a little more weight than he can, believe it or not.
On some exercises.
Yeah. Some. He's better at more aerobic type things, where I'm like better at lifting weights.
Well, when it comes to tricep muscles, mostly, and biceps. But no, seriously, the energy levels and stuff, I take more naps than him.
Yeah, he does.
Honestly, I think it's because my brain goes a million miles an hour, and it's like I need to like shut it down.
Yeah.
Then what we were talking about a little bit before, a year ago, I had the boat rental business.
Right.
That still is going on, but I switched careers, and now I'm currently working with my husband. He is my so-called boss slash mentor.
Yeah.
Doing commercial real estate together. I've learned a lot. It's been about 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually had a very successful last few years, so much so that I needed help. And it seems silly to be giving money and business to somebody else to train when he was looking for something to do, and I knew his personality. I knew we'd get along together, and so it was just a natural thing to bring him on.
And it is quite interesting working together. We each have our own office, but they're right next to each other. And he's like the top dog there. I still obviously have to prove a name for myself, and I don't want like the easy way out just because he's my husband. And I don't want people to get that idea either. So, I mean, what would you? I think working together has been pretty good so far.
No, I mean, because I know your personality, and I know you could sell ice to an Eskimo, and what we do requires a lot of phone calls and calling people you don't know or don't know what to say, and winging it on the phone call, and say, if you don't know the information, you get back to him, and he's great at that. There's a couple other people in my office I just can't trust making phone calls.
Or just like staying on top of things, I think, is the biggest one. Like, I kind of have anxiety to where I need to I feel like it needs to be done and I need to do it like right now, and I need it to be like organized, or like I don't like waiting. So
he got up at 8 this morning and made a whole list because all this stuff was in his head overnight, so it was kind of funny.
Because we did go to his daughter's graduation from basic training of the Air Force. That was a huge thing, and that kind of will tie into we'll just kind of tie that into the kids.
Okay.
Because coming into the relationship, him already having 3 kids, 2 ex-wives, and me being a friend to them, less of a parent figure, was new for me, for the family dynamic. And we talked about that in the last video as well. Me just focused on myself and not worried when I get off work, okay, what do we need to take out the fridge for the kids for dinner?
Yeah, what did you take out for dinner today?
Well, we're going out to eat with our
right.
friends. So yeah. Still working on that, but honestly, it's getting a lot better, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say since the past year, it's definitely gotten better.
I'm training him well. No, but my kids have been great, been very
amazing.
accepting. My oldest son actually officiated our wedding. My daughter, who we just went to her graduation for military boot camp in the Air Force, she walked me down the aisle because my mother passed away recently. And my youngest son was, even though he's 19, he was in charge of the rings.
That was really sweet.
And I was scared. I was scared of him more than anything. But everybody did great, and everybody was there, and everybody participated.
Yep.
My dad was there with his girlfriend. My brother was there. Nick's mom was there. Nick's brother was there, and it was great.
It turned out really well, but it's just nice feeling like a part of the family. That I've kind of always wanted that,
We had a thing at the basic training the other day where my daughter was introducing her friends to us, to the family, and she goes, "Well, this is my mom, this is my dad, this is my stepdad, this is my brother."
That was really sweet.
It made you feel good. I know it, so that was good.
It did, because I never wanted to go into the relationship with Mike and the kids and be anything other than myself, but also make them feel uncomfortable, with saying that. And it's just really cool.
Well, it's difficult because you got to be somewhat of a parent figure as well, as opposed to just a friend, because you've got to support me in my decisions when I'm,
Yes. No, that's
disciplining
true.
them or guiding them.
I would just say that is something, if anyone out there that is in an age gap and you're with someone that's older that has kids, it's definitely something you want to talk about with your partner or husband. How do you handle that situation?
Yeah.
But it's been great. It was really sweet. Absolutely loved them. And to watch her graduation, I got emotional. I was crying. Everyone was crying. It was overall just a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
Let's see. So let's talk about public perception and stereotypes. Basically, learning to not let outside opinions shape your relationship. And that kind of goes back to the family and friends.
I don't let it affect anything. I don't really care. I mean, there's certain times when it's not appropriate to say, yes, he's my husband. Just kind of let things fly and let them think what they want, whether he's my son or, you know, we're friends or whatever.
I think definitely when it comes to business.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
we try to keep it very professional. Like we're not going to give too much details, and not that they even need to know.
Right. Nobody needs to know, but
I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable, the client or others.
but it's not something I'm going to hide either. If somebody asks me, I'm just going to tell them. I mean, that's just what it is. And,
Yeah.
And you know, it's interesting to see the reactions. I mean, some are very supportive. Most are very, very supportive, especially today, more so than what it was a few years ago. But some just kind of look at me like, really? No, you're kidding, right? I'm like, no, I'm not kidding. It's my husband. And it makes me feel good.
I know. It is awesome.
I mean, 'cause this works, guys. This really works. This relationship is the best one I've ever been in. And I'm an expert at it by now.
Let's see. So let's go into the positives and unique strengths. Why age gap relationships can be amazing, different perspectives, balance, maturity, growth. What would you say?
Well, I think, you know, for sure you've helped bring a lot of friends into our group only because you're so much more gregarious and so much more outgoing, and you just talk to anybody about anything. Whereas I was never necessarily like that. But it's helped me feel better or more comfortable about that as well. And like we've said earlier, we've made some phenomenal friends.
We really have. And
I do owe most of it to him, honestly. I mean, there's some of my friends that are still around. A lot of them are still around, and they've accepted him as well. But this new group that we have of gay friends is just, it's been great. And he's really the big part of it.
Yeah, and then I think also like where age gaps can come into play is like, I think when you're younger, you have like more energy, creativity, imagination type of thing going on. Like the world is still your oyster. And as you get older, you may have more experiences or more doubts or just seen things that you think like there's no way that can happen, there's no way that can work. And so like, for example, like launching AuthenNick Adventures, it's like something that I thought, well, we kind of both thought it, but actually like going ahead and like, let's do this, let's make this happen. The reality show, we had a call from a lady that wants to put us on a reality game show. It's like the third one where we would be gone for like
scary to me.
3 weeks. And that's still kind of, you know, scary for him. It's scary for me too, but those opportunities, I feel like, and those, you know, just even having those discussions, something that you may not even know.
Well, I mean, when it comes to reality shows, I mean, they can turn your life into a whole mess. And that's, you know, and I'm a big business here in town. I don't want that to be ruined because I decided to go on some reality show.
I know, but what I'm talking about is how the age gap, like how it, like, if you weren't in an age gap and you're with your ex, that opportunity, this social media, this whole thing would, AuthenNick Adventures, it wouldn't even be a thought in your mind.
No, not at all.
You know, so like new opportunities present themselves.
Yeah, but you talk about imaginations. I mean, the first thing he's already thinking about is what color to paint the corporate jet, his face on the side of it.
Okay.
He wants to do fireworks, you know, $1 million fireworks show at every adventure. And, you know, so that helps. I think I help him realize that there's certain things you can afford or can't afford right off the bat.
Yeah.
Not to say that there's not a jet in your future, because you are the serial entrepreneur, but you got to kind of bring him down a little bit to earth.
He does really good at that. It's just funny because like I'm so like imaginative, like ADD, like let's do this or we can do that. It's like, listen, just slow your roll. It's gonna be okay. So let's see how the dynamics range. Advice and reflections. Is there anything you wish you knew before, like we started dating? Anything, relationship?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is the whole social media thing. It's like I wish I was better on camera. I mean, I think I'm getting better.
You are.
But I never in my life thought I'd be sitting here doing a YouTube video with my younger husband, and you know, or be cooking dinner and all of a sudden the camera's in my face saying, "Hey, Mike, what are you making tonight?" And
what do you think? What's going on?
yeah, so yeah, I'm not grumpy, guys. Everybody says I'm grumpy. I'm not. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this.
Okay, and then another one, if there is anybody that may be in an age gap relationship, right? And there's red flags, there's green flags, things to look out for. Do you have any offhand? Like I
red
know.
flags.
Okay, so for example, like I have a ton of people that message me, email me. There's this younger guy, he really likes me. If anybody is asking you guys for money and you have not seen that person, you don't know that person, you don't FaceTime with that person, even in general, I think starting off any type of relationship or scammers out there, there's so many people that I think get scammed because maybe it's an older person or they're lonely or they're looking for something and they think it could be real. Like, and I don't know. I feel like that's a big red flag, and I try to tell people about that.
Well, and two, we need to probably tell everybody that if we won't ask you for money either. There are people out there who have downloaded our videos, his pictures,
Made fake accounts,
and start asking people for money. Please, we will never do that. We will never ask you for money. If you want to tip us or whatever on the channel, that's one thing. If you want to sign up for one of our adventures, that's another thing. But we are never going to ask you for money.
I will never message you on TikTok, Instagram, anything like that and ask you for money. And if you look at the actual account or profile and it says 100 followers or something, that is not me.
Obviously.
Like, yeah. It's gonna be kind of bigger, okay? And you can always email me, make sure it's me. But I would never ask you guys that. So is there any words of encouragement for others in an age gap relationship, especially in the LGBT community, that may be, I don't know, struggling? If it's
you don't know unless you try it. And I was very skeptical getting into this situation, but it's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Oh. And even though I was afraid to do it at first, and I was waffling, as I'm sure you've heard a million times, we broke up, we didn't break up, then we broke up, then we didn't break up. But it's been really the most successful, the best thing that's ever happened to me. He is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
And is there any, and that's ditto for me. But I wasn't really nervous about the age gap because I already came from one age gap relationship, so it was more new for him. But I would just say take it slow, be friends. If you guys like the same things, the vibe's there, like go for it. Don't not do it because you feel like the backlash from others. I mean, it's not worth it. Losing that chance at finding someone that you really could spend the rest of your life with or love. So to end the video, let's just talk a little bit about AuthenNick Adventures. Okay, we launched AuthenNick Adventures. Basically, and the best way to describe it is people in the LGBT community, allies, friends, anybody that's watching this in general. If you want to make connections and friends with people out in nature and like to do outdoor activities, whether it's like zip lining, whitewater rafting, four-wheeling, horseback riding, kayaking, canoeing, swimming, any of that stuff, that's what we're looking to do. Definitely out in nature. We're working with different resorts. If you guys have a resort, if you know any resorts that want to host or work with us, we have 6 or 7 so far. We got about 70 or 80 adventurers that have already signed up. You can go to AuthenNick.com. It'll be down in the description. You can sign up. We're going to try to do a couple events a year or trips. And we're really excited about it.
And you get to spend time with Nick and with me and kind of get to know us more on a more personal level than just here with the video. But make sure you go to AuthenNick.com, AuthenNick.
Yes.
And a lot of people were going to Authentic, and that's not going to do it. So it's AuthenNick.
Go to the AuthenNick Adventures tab, and you can sign up. It should be great. First turnout.
There's sign up for resorts or for adventures. And if you're a resort, there's a whole section there. You should go there, kind of fill it out. We'll contact you. We'll see what you have to offer, and see if there's any way that we can work something out with you to bring. We're hoping to have 20 to 25 to 30 people every adventure that we do.
Yeah.
Some will be warm weather, some will be cold weather, some will be, I don't know. We're just, but we're not going to go clubbing. We're not going to do any of that kind of stuff. It's just going to be more, more adventure type stuff. Bonfires, things like that.
Yeah, it's definitely something we're super passionate about. We're working with Jay and Phil on it as well. Phil and them they're married, and Phil does like logistics. Jay's a party planner for the city and the Chamber of Commerce. Phil did the web page, and so with all of us 4 together, I feel like it's a good group. So With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in to the video.
Go to AuthenNick.com, sign up. We want to hear from you. We want to hear some ideas. We'll get you on the list, and we'll keep you updated for everything that we've got coming up.
Perfect. His hair is great. All right. Well, we love you guys. Thank you so much. If you want to join the channel, we go live every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can become an authenticator as well. That'll be down below in the description. And have a great day. Love you.
See you guys.